Hey there, Captain Mutant here. Now, it's been a while since we explored the wonderful worlds that Lumibricks have on offer. Our favorites are the Victorian steampunk universe and their cyberpunk neon city. And although a few new cyberpunk buildings have been released over the last few months, what drew us back to the hobby was something brand new for Lumibricks. A licensed IP, their very first in fact. And not just any IP, but the Blade Runner franchise. They made a model of the iconic police spinner from the 1982 movie. Oh, so close, McClock, but no. It's the spinner from the Blade Runner 2049 sequel. Great iridescent egg. Why would they start an IP with the inferior sequel? Hey, you gotta start somewhere, McClock, so why not with the most recent film? So, let's have a look at the box first, which is made, as always, with really thick, high-quality cardboard. Yeah, their boxes really put LEGO's crappy thin ones to shame. And inside, we've got two bags for the lights.
Because Lumibricks always comes with lights.
One bag for the minifig and specialized parts. 6 bags numbered 1 to 3. And a detailed instruction manual. This being the first licensed set, it means it comes with the first representation of an actual existing human being. And in this case, this is Kay, otherwise known as Ryan Gosling. Doesn't exactly look like Ryan Gosling, mind. Yeah, it's not exactly what I was expecting either, but in any case, this is Kay, the movie's Blade Runner, sporting a gun and a coat. That coat was unexpected. It's made of some kind of velour material, and if it doesn't fold as you would like it to, they've included double-sided little round nodules you can apply to it and stick it into position. But obviously the minifig, although nice to have, isn't the main attraction. We're here for the spinner itself. So what are we waiting for?
Let's get building!
This is a smallish set made up of 430 pieces, and the first bags are there to assemble the vehicle's middle section, primarily the cockpit, and for routing the lighting cables pretty much all over the place. For such a small build, this part of the building process was trickier than anticipated. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it to beginners to the hobby. As always, Lumibricks have special parts designed so the cables can pass through without being pinched or damaged, and nerd that I am, I did enjoy the fact that the manual has little sections of text here and there, which are meant to remind you of some of the odd sentences used in the movie.
Within cells interlinked.
Well, it's little surprise that we need to build more to appreciate the model's unique shape. I can already see that it's going to be pretty wide. Yeah, it's already 8 studs wide, and the model isn't even finished yet, as there's a bunch of stud on the side construction coming up. It's fair to say it'll be even wider than the cars in LEGO's Speed Champion series.
So that means it's not gonna fit our one-lane cobbled roads.
Good thing the spinner can fly, eh?
Oh, absolutely.
So bags 2 are meant to complete the back, and that includes a bunch of prints. That's one thing I love about Lumibricks. They have no stickers. All decorations that can't be done with bricks and plates are printed. All of them. And when you compare that with LEGO and their expensive collector's models, riddled with stickers, exactly, it puts them completely to shame. I mean, look at this set. One car, 430 pieces, and print after print after print. Actually, take a close look at these that make up the door. That design is made up of 3 separate pieces, with the print going across all 3. So, to make sure the design is perfect all the way across, these pieces are delivered to us as a pre-built section, allowing them to be printed all together.
How cool is that?
There's also a print on the black piece, and the side pieces here, and of course, the same goes for the other side. If this were LEGO, it would all be stickers. Although we do have stickers of sorts. On the underside, we have a light under that trans red part, and that strip is a sticker that attaches over 2 curved parts. We've seen those stickers before in other Lumibricks cyberpunk models, like the Izakaya for instance. It's nothing new for sure, but the downside of those stickers is that they don't stick that well, and they have been known to peel off slowly over time. There's also another downside which I've encountered before with Lumibricks, although up to now such errors were easily concealed.
Oh, what kind of errors, Captain?
Well, look at these 2 tiles on that plate. They're light grey, but it should have been dark grey. Well, that sucks. Oh, it does. I'm hoping that bags 3 might allow us to swap them for others in places that are easier to conceal than where those should be placed, which is on the side of the spinner.
Well, let's not waste time then and move on to bags 3.
Right you are, GG, and as this is a small build, bags 3 pretty much completes the whole model. It looks really good. Were you able to swap those wrong colored pieces? Only one, McCluck. We're stuck with the light gray task for now. Not ideal. It's not, but I'll find a replacement, don't worry. Now, as always with the Lumibricks model, the magic comes to life when the lights are turned on.
Lights always make the models look so much better.
And what's great here compared to Lego sets is that they come bundled with the model. That and prints everywhere really emphasizes the quality of these sets. Okay, let's take a closer look at the spinner. So, the model has a few interesting features. For instance, the drone that's stored on top of the spinner can be removed and is printed, of course. On the underside, you've got a wheel that can spin should you wish to play with your model, and the light switch is right there against the wheel, and it's not too hard to switch on or off. To access the cockpit, you need to lift the top covering, then completely remove the windscreen. There are prints absolutely everywhere, including this computer screen representing the tree that started this whole adventure. Okay, let's put it back. And you can easily add any standard or not so standard minifig into the driver's seat. You can't open the doors? I'm afraid not. Just like the standard unmodified Lego DeLorean, in fact. Well, that's disappointing. And as I feared, that spinner's pretty wide. What is it? 10 studs? At least. It's hard to measure accurately, but there's 6 for the central build, then 2 on either side for the edges, and then it goes a little beyond that as well, so it could be maybe up to 12? Ha! That's nuts! How does it look next to other cars? Okay, well, on its own, it looks pretty good, of course, but surprisingly, when it's placed next to the DeLorean, which is 8 studs wide, it's actually not too bad. Put it this way, it doesn't look like it's up to 50% wider. Okay, yeah, I'll grant you that. However, put it next to a regular 6-stud wide car, and you can see what kind of behemoth the spinner really is. Okay, I'll grant you that its size doesn't help when you compare it to other smaller cars, so you could resign yourself to displaying it on its own. Oh, actually, with that in mind, the set also comes with a bunch of transparent pieces that you can use to attach the drone to, so it can appear to hover near the car.
Oh, that's so cool! Especially because many of those parts aren't available as transparent in the Lego world.
Alternatively, while we wait for other Blade Runner sets to be released, we could always put it next to Lumibricks' regular Cyberpunk buildings, either on the ground or hovering in the air thanks to a few extra pieces I had lying around. So, how much will this set set us back? For 430 pieces? If this were Lego, you'd expect it to be around $40. But then there's all these printed pieces, as well as all the lights, so it should be a lot more because of the quality. So, how much then? $40. It's like having the prints and lights for free. Not bad, although it is more expensive than bigger Lumibricks sets when you take into account the price per piece ratio. Oh, we've seen this before. The smaller the set, the harder it is to be competitive when compared to the larger, more complex models on offer. Still, it's pretty much what you'd expect from a Lego set with all the benefits of Lumibricks to boot, which is lights and prints. And don't forget, we've got a referral link which should give you an automatic 10% discount on anything you purchase from them.
Now, if for some reason the link doesn't appear to work at the checkout, just type in Mutant in the checkout discount field and you should be good to go.
That code will also give us a small percentage of the value of your purchase at no cost to you to help keep the corn flowing, as it were, you know. And speaking of corn, if you like what we do, and how we do it, and you feel you'd like to help us out, please consider joining our Patreon.
And if you'd like to help but you can't manage yet another subscription, you can always buy us a coffee.
We'll leave a link to both down in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Oh, so close, McCluck, but no. It's the spinner from the Blade Runner to... Blade Runner? Blade Runner? What's a runner?
Within cells interlinked.